Hey y'all, okay, let's make some smothered cabbage, smoked sausage with some bacon, and we're also going to put a few potatoes in it tonight. I had some little red potatoes that were kind of starting to swivel up, and I needed to use them. So let me show you what I got going here so far. I've already cooked our bacon. This is half a pack of bacon, so half a pound. And then over here I have our smoked sausage cooking up. Y'all know I like to get that nice sear on it. And I have us a few potatoes we're going to toss in. And I have our cabbage right here. I don't want to pick this up because I'm liable to drop it everywhere. But I have some cabbage and I have some onions and bell pepper. So I'm just going to let this sausage finish cooking, and then I'll come back and we'll get everything else tossed in. I'm going to get my hair pulled up. I've been just letting it air dry, so I'm going to get that done and I'll get back and we'll start putting this together, y'all. Okay, y'all, I got our sausage cooked up. Now, I like mine to be really done like this. I love that little char on it, but you can cook yours for a lesser time if you don't want it that cooked. And then what I did, y'all, after I got the sausage out, I went on ahead and threw in those potatoes, as you can see here. And I've just been letting these kind of fry up for about 5-6 minutes. I just wanted to go ahead and give them a little bit of a head start because I did cut them in pretty big pieces. And if they do happen to cook down and mush up, I'm fine with that because normally I don't even have them in this dish anyway. And they are the little red potatoes, so y'all know they keep their texture really good. So if you do decide to throw your potatoes in, go ahead and put them in a few minutes after you get your sausage out. If you don't do potatoes, then after you get your sausage out, go ahead and throw in your onions and peppers, okay? Throw those in. And you don't have to do peppers either. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. That's all just optional. Okay, I'm just gonna let that cook around for just a second. Y'all, the smell of stuff like this is always so good, is it not? I'll tell you. I'm gonna let that cook for just a minute, and then I have some garlic here. I had some fresh, so I have peeled it up, and I'm just going to roughly slice it and put it in there here in just a few minutes before we add our cabbage. And we've about got this thing put together. Just a few more things and we'll have it. All right, y'all, I let that cook down about 5 minutes with our onions, peppers, and garlic. Now I'm going to toss our cabbage in. Now, if you don't have fresh garlic or don't want to use fresh garlic, you can always do your minced garlic or garlic powder. Now, I do that a lot of times, y'all know that. Alright, so then, y'all know this cooks way down. Let me get y'all up here. Now, as I move everything over, I got more room to bring y'all up here. We're just going to let this cook down. You know, it cooks down to where you feel like you don't have nothing from what you started with. Y'all know how that goes. Okay, let's go ahead and add our seasonings while we're at it, while we're waiting on it to cook down. Okay, I'm going to do a little bit of onion powder. Even though we have our onions, we're going to add a little bit in. Y'all know I love to do my Creole. This gives it a wonderful flavor. Just sprinkle you some in. There's really no measuring with it. A little bit of paprika. I don't usually do the smoked paprika on this. I just do the regular. It gives it a great flavor. Okay. We're going to get our pepper and salt. Now, we're not going to do too much salt because we have something else we got to put in up here. So let's do a little bit of pepper and just a smidge of salt. We can always add more salt if we need it, but we can't take it out, okay? And then we're going to do some of our chicken bouillon. Now, you can either do a bouillon cube, you could even do chicken broth, but I'm going to do just about a good teaspoon of this and some water. Okay, but you can do it however you want to do. So I'm just going to put that in. It's kind of mix that around a little bit. Yeah, it smells so good. It looks good too. All right, one other thing before I add my water in, I like to do just a little bit of apple cider vinegar. So we're going to do a good capful. That. And then just a pinch of sugar. And I mean just a small pinch, y'all. Just a small little pinch, about like that. That was maybe an eighth of a teaspoon, if I had to guess. And that's just me guessing. Okay, I'm just going to let this fry up for a minute. You know, I like to call it fried cabbage. So I like for it to fry for just a second with all of those seasonings and flavors before I add my liquid in, okay? So I'm just going to crank this up a little bit and kind of let it, I don't know, sear or saute, I guess you might would call it. And then I'll come back and we'll add our liquid in. We'll pop a lid on it and just let it slow cook for a little bit. All right, y'all, it has been probably about 10 minutes. We've just been letting this cook around here. I love to do this part because I feel like it just helps all the flavors incorporate really good into that cabbage. So now that we've done that, we're going to add in a little bit of our water. Now remember, if you're using chicken broth, you would do that, but I'm using the bouillon powder, so I'm just using water. But you can also do chicken broth, okay? So I have right at about 2 cups here. So let's see how much we're going to do. All right, that's right at a cup so far. Let's mix this around, see where we're at. Okay. We don't want too much because we don't want, when this gets done, I basically like it to not really have any liquid in it. And that cabbage is going to cook out some. Let's see, let's do just a tiny bit more. So let's say 1 1/4 of a cup, okay? Let's start with that. I hadn't made this in so long, I can't really remember how much I put in it. But I think we'll be good right there. We can always pop the lid off to let that liquid cook on out if we need to. I'm gonna turn it down. I'm gonna pop a lid on it and just let this slow cook for a little bit, y'all. Okay, y'all, let's look at our cabbage here. It has cooked down. It smells so good. You can see pretty much all of that liquid has cooked out. And those potatoes have worked out just fine. They're still intact, and I think the potatoes are a nice addition. I'm probably start doing that from now on. Okay, now we're just going to toss our sausage back in. And some of our bacon, I think I'm going to save out a little bit of this bacon since we have so much sausage. Let me make sure y'all can see here. Just mix that in. Okay, y'all. Only thing I'm going to do now is just let this hang out for maybe about 5 minutes. I'm going to leave the lid off and just let that sausage get back good and hot and that bacon. And when I come back, we're going to service up some of this. Talk about looking good. Look at that, y'all. It's delicious. All right, I'll be back in a few minutes. All right, y'all, let's try this smoked cabbage, smothered cabbage, and smoked sausage. I'm getting tired tonight, y'all. This is still so hot. I had this sitting out here so I could let it cool off, but man, it is still hot. Y'all see it's still just a steaming? I love smoked sausage, y'all, with just about anything. I don't think you can go wrong with it. It has so much flavor to it. I mean, it's delicious. and especially this skinless kind. If you've never tried the skinless, I'm telling you, once you do, you'll never go back. I love this skinless kind. This is such a comfort meal, y'all. This is so good. I love it. That cabbage is perfect. It has the best flavor to it. I love it. I don't boil cabbage much just by itself to eat. I like it. I just don't ever think of it. So most time whenever I cook cabbage, it's usually like this with the smoked sausage and the bacon. So good, y'all. All right. Thank you for hanging with me tonight. I'm sure y'all have made this, but maybe I just did something a little different. Maybe something you want to try, or maybe you hadn't made it in a while, and tonight seeing it made you think of it, and now you want to make it. Anyway, or if you have never made it, go ahead and try it because it is delicious. Anyway, I will see y'all next time. Bye-bye.